So we've got a nice complex skeleton here, and we've got a fairly simple model. This is really low poly, and if we were going to be doing any kind of weight painting, this would be great, because as you've learned, weight painting is always happiest when you have a smaller number of vertices. For my money, I would like to not do any weight painting here, so what I might do is just go ahead and smooth the model so that I've got just a few more points. And then I am going to immediately delete my history. Now, skin binding. I'm going to open the bind skin option box because the bind skin option box is always really exciting. In it, there are a few things we care about and a few things we don't care about. Bind to is the first thing that we care about. If I select the root joint and the flower sac, I will bind to the joint hierarchy. So I've only got the root joint selected, but all of its children will be considered. You can also bind to selected joints. So you know how all of these tip joints are problematic and I didn't give them a JT little suffix? Well, I can ignore them in the binding. I'm going to use my search function here, select by name. If you don't see select by name, you'll probably see something like this, or even something like this. You just want to come into this little triangle here, and then click on the random icon that it puts up. We'll do select by name, and now I'm going to do asterisk for a wildcard. JT asterisk. This is also case sensitive, so because I used uppercase JT, that's going to select everything with the JT. At this point, bind skin will only bind to these lovely JTs. It will not bind to any of the final joints in the chain. Again, you will have to have your geometry selected as well as your joints, and feel free to try both of these and just see which one works better for you. I'm going to do selected joints, and I'm not going to bind to those final pieces, but that's the first thing that you care about. The second thing you care about is the bind method. Closest distance is the dumbest, geodesic voxel is the smartest. Each one of these is going to give you a slightly different skin bind, and because my personal goal is to not do any weight painting, I would say go through, because your joints are probably in a slightly different position from mine, you will probably get a slightly different result for each of these. So we're going to go through, I'm going to do, you know what, I'm going to do a geodesic voxel bind. I'm going to go way up. Go through, try them each out, test the results, and see what you like. But these are the big ones that you're going to change. I don't want you to change the skinning method because classic linear is the simplest one for us to understand as students. The only other thing I want you to change is max influence, which I'm going to turn down to 3. Just because 5 is too many joints to worry about. 3 is the right number of joints to worry about. And I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. Maya is going to spend a long time thinking, and then I can click on a joint and give it a little rotate for a shoulder shrug and see how that shoulder shrug works. I kind of like that. What does the shoulder do? Well, it deforms a little bit into the body, but that's not bad. How about my elbow? That's a little weird, but not the end of the world. How about my knee? Oh, that actually looks like fun. I kind of enjoy that. That's a good one. And my hip? Yep, that's all working. So if you like this bind, that's great. Go ahead and keep it. If you don't, you can either select your flower sac and run skin, unbind skin, Or if you haven't gone that far, you can just Control Z back. Yep. This looks like before I bound. So let's go ahead and just try a distance bind and see what the distance bind does. Here's the big question. Is that elbow better? Well, the elbow is a lot better. What does the shoulder look like? That looks a little chunky. So you go through, try all the binding methods, and just see which one you prefer. And when you've got your ideal bind put together, test them out, see what you like. When you've got your ideal bind method and you think it looks really good, come and join me for the next unit, and we will be putting together I think we'll do IK next. So I'll see you soon for that.